What's up, YouTube? New video of this. Let's go. ZZAW artwork or ZZAW C4 M-ATX case. Not much in terms of accessories. It's just a box with screws, zip ties, and some PCIe covers and the bracket. It came in a very reusable foam. That's kind of nice if you're into that. And here's the case. Came with filters, but they use double-sided tape because this is aluminum, so magnets don't work. From side panel, you have the power button, USB-A, C, and a combo audio. I do like the logo, very subtle with the X in the middle and the brand. It's pretty nice actually. You're only able to fit two 120mm fans on the top. The backside is the same as the front, except the glass has a pattern of tiny little black dots to make cables less noticeable, I guess. If you want to install a fan in the rear, it will only fit a 92mm, but I think it looks better in this case without a fan. You can fit 3 120 fans at the bottom or 2 120s plus a hard drive. Once you unscrew the screws holding the glass panel will just fall off. So put it on the side and then unscrew it. Then you can slide out the aluminum panel. That one was a little tight, but it came out. There's a space there to mount the 2.5-inch SSD. Here's the view of the inside of the case. I think it is going to be pretty spacious and should be easy to build in this case. We'll see. Now, I bought this case from Amazon. It was shipped by Amazon. I paid $150, but if you go to AliExpress, this case goes for like 70 bucks in China. So yeah, it was expensive. So let's see how everything goes. Let's see how it looks. I am pretty excited. I can't wait to downsize from my current 011 Dynamic Mini. I thought that case was small, but not small enough. So we're gonna move it, some of the parts anyways, to this case. And here's a shot of some of the new parts that I bought because I'm also upgrading from AM4 to AM5. So okay, let's start with the build. For motherboard, I went with the Gigabyte Aorus B650M Elite AX. CPU is the Ryzen 9 7900X. To install, just push down on the pin, move it to the side. You can lift and gently dropping the CPU, making sure that the triangles match. I will be using a third-party cooler, so I am removing the standard AM5 bracket. I went with the SE207XT Slim from ID Cooling. And here's a quick unboxing. Here's the manual, as you can see right next to my fat face. It comes with mounting kit for both AM4, AM5, and Intel, of course. And here's a shot of all the mounting brackets. It came with a fan. It's a 120 fan, but I will be replacing it with a Notva fan instead. It's a very nice all dark cooler, and it's amazing that it has 7 heat pipes. And then the height is 135 millimeters, which is just under the 136 millimeters limit of this case. And here is a quick peel. Yeah. Installation is pretty easy and straightforward. You put in those plastic standoff, and then you screw in the corresponding brackets. In this case, the AM5, AM4. Now, I do realize I messed up later on. For thermal paste, I am using the Thermal Grizzly prior knot. I heard it's the best. I sure hope so, because it was expensive and came in this tiny container. For comparison, this is the Formula 5 from Antec. This is the one that came in with a cooler. So you see, this is what you got. This is what she wants. I like to spread it nicely to make sure there's an even coverage. Now we can mount a cooler, and here's where I realized I completely messed up. So I inverted the lower bracket. Now it can go on. Next up is the RAM. I went with the G-Skills Trident Neo, 32 gigabytes, 5600 megahertz, CL28. I think it's a pretty good speed. I think. Don't quote me on that. I didn't test them. I also got a 2 terabytes NVMe SSD. This is in addition to my current SSD. It will be for my games library and YouTube files. The installation is pretty simple, but I forgot to hit record. Yeah, I'm an amateur. Anyway, next, I'm adding the fan to the cooler, and I am adding the Noctua fan. And here's a quick shot of the Noctua NF812 Chromax Black with the accessories. And moving on to the case, the power supply bracket was pretty easy to remove, but when it came to mounting this bracket back on, it was pretty difficult with the weight of the PSU and aligning the screws. So that took a while. Things were going well up until now when it came to screwing the motherboard to the case. So the standoff don't perfectly align with the motherboard. I have at least 2 screws that had to go in like diagonally. It was so difficult that I had to stop recording because I couldn't do it while also recording. Okay, so here is the final build, and this case is a bit of a disappointment. Some of the small details, imperfections, like the side panels, the what is it called? The aluminum ones, not easily slide out. The fact that the standoff didn't perfectly match the motherboard, it caused my GPU to also not align with the case, the bracket. So it's not screwed in now. It's just held in place by a plate and the GPU bracket. So yeah, I think the quality and the price of 150, not quite a good deal. That's my opinion. I hope this video's been useful. If you like it, feel free to subscribe, and I promise I'll try to make better videos. Okay, so that's it for me. Thank you for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.